Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and this one is going to be a little longer than the usual. We will be doing our inventory design in this one, but on top of that we will be setting up the foundations for, all the weapons and equipping them and a bunch of nonsense, the way menus interact with other menus and cancel each other out. So there's a little more to it than that. It's not just a simple inventory design. So this one's probably going to be a little longer, but it's an important one. So bear with me here because this might be a little while and a little confusing. So let's get right into it. So to start, I guess we will start with our inventory UI. So last time we set off with our attributes right here. I'm thinking while we open our inventory too, it will actually give some numbers to these on the side, some real-time stat data. So let's do that. I am going to create another empty under player HUD. This will be our inventory UI. This is going to be set on stretch. Alright. And we're going to create a UI image under that called our inventory menu. Now, I want my inventory to be on the right side of my screen. So I'm going to anchor mine to the right, like that, and then center it out to the right. Oh. Okay, that didn't work simply because I didn't change this size. So I'm going to change our inventory UI to the size of the canvas, just like I have with everything else, like attributes and pause menu. And then I am going to center this out to the right. And we're going to figure out how big we want it. Seems like a reasonable size for our inventory. Okay, so that's what we'll do for our inventory. I'm going to go ahead and find a decent picture for it, so I'll be right back. Alright, so that's going to be the generic inventory here. Maybe just a little bit of an opacity change. Nothing crazy. Alright. So, right off the bat with this, I am going to add some triggers here. So I'm going to add the trigger of on enable. First of all, we're going to change the camera shot, and we're going to add a new camera shot. So under my cameras, if I think I made cameras, yep, I'm going to go ahead and create a game creator camera shot. I'm going to rename this one camera shot inventory. Alright, and this is going to be another follow target. I'm going to need an offset on here, so I'm going to go to the look offset, add a vector 3, and then we'll figure that out in a second. So, let's see. Player, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, so the inventory menu on enable, we're going to change to that camera shot. A quad in and out at about half a second. We are also going to stop the player. We are going to disable the movement. And we are going to set our character rotation to look at the camera. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and test that. Oh, I guess we have no way of opening the inventory. So we're going to create a new input. And this is going to be toggle inventory menu. So on import or input, I'm going to make mine tab. or I or something like that, we're going to run the conditions. So if our inventory menu is not active, then we will set our inventory menu to active. If our inventory menu is active, then we will set it to non-active. Alright, so that works. That should open our inventory now. And another quick thing I want to do is our pause menu. So on enable of our pause menu, I want to set our inventory menu to false as well. Alright, so now that should cancel that out. And also, I don't want you to be able to open the inventory while the pause menu is open. Let me just see if that even works. Okay, so there's my inventory. There's my pause menu. So yeah, inventory still opens during pause menu. So I'm thinking maybe I shut off input controls while the pause menu is open, and then that way pause menu you're gonna have to use the resume button to get back to the game. So I'm going to set input controls to false now. Now that should stop us from opening the inventory while that's open. But now I can't press escape to close that, which is fine. That's alright. We're not too worried about that. Can't open my inventory, which is good. Resume. And if you do want to use escape to still close that, then you could easily just drag this up here. Actually, I might do that. So now we can still hit escape to play and resume and not interfere with our inventory. So let's try that. Escape. No, that still doesn't work. That's alright though. Not sure why that doesn't work. That should have worked there, but it's whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that back in there. Alright. So now that all works, let's go back to our inventory menu. I'm going to... Oh, we never changed that camera shot either, but I'm going to add another trigger here. And duplicate that one. So on disable, we will change our camera shot back to our main camera shot. We will... I'm going to still keep stop player there. We will change our controllable to true and our rotation back to pivot. Alright. So let's go ahead and test that and fix our camera shot in the process. Can't move. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Now let's go ahead and fix the camera shot here. Closer, a little lower, there, something like that seems decent. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and just copy the component, and then we're going to paste that component now, paste the values, and let's just double check that again. There we go. It's looking pretty smooth. I'm going to copy the transform as well. And just paste it here off play, just so we can see where that's sitting at. Alright, I go ahead and save there. And let's do some stuff to the inventory. So, inventory menu. This is going to be the main inventory where you see your items. But I don't want my items to be shared. Like, I don't want a sword here, a chest plate here. I'm going to have it through tabs. So, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate the inventory menu. And I'm going to call this, I'm going to get rid of these triggers here as well. This is going to be our inventory tabs, or inventory buttons. And that's going to go under a menu. This, you're going to slide over a little bit, somewhere about here. I'm going to get a new picture so it's more of like a bar based, oops. Or if you want yours up top, doesn't matter. It's going to be something like that. But let's see. Not exactly that. I want to use another image, so I'll be right back when I find one. Alright, so I decided to put my bars on the top, so and we are going to be adding our buttons in. So I'm going to create a game creator. Actually, I'm going to go create a UI image. Alright, and this is going to be called our weapon button, even though it's not a button exactly. And I'm going to go ahead, actually I'm going to make this button tab a little bigger here. There we go. Then I'm going to put this back in it. Find a good spot. And maybe an image, we'll see. Okay, so I've created like this little square for the image here. And that's why I made an image first, because I'm going to put the button on top of that image. So we're going to create a game creator, UI, button pro. I'm going to drop that into the button weapon. And center that out. Make it, say, about 100 by 100. And I'm going to get rid of the text as well, because I feel like I have a picture I want to use for that. So I'm going to go ahead and find a picture to put on that. Alright, so there's my picture that I'm going to use on there. So that's for my weapons tab. Now, I'm going to create some actual tabs itself. So I'm going to create, I'm going to duplicate the inventory menu here. I'm going to call this one inventory tabs. And let's see, we're using that picture already, so I don't think I really need a picture for tabs. So I'm going to go ahead and click none and change that way down and get rid of these triggers. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I meant to put all these under menu as well. So for tabs, I'm going to create, what was I going to create here? Oh yes, so I have weapon buttons, and then I'm going to have weapon tabs. So we're going to create an empty, call it weapon tab. Okay. Oh, also because I copy and pasted this, I am going to center these. Alright, so weapon tab. I'm going to have the button here. So when you press the button, it is going to set active the weapon tab to true. And the more buttons and the more tabs, each button is going to set the other tabs to false. Or on the tab itself, whatever you prefer. So on trigger enable, set the rest of the tabs to false. So that works now. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate both of these. This one is going to be our helmet button, and this button is going to be moved over just a little bit here to right about there. I'm going to find a picture of a helmet here. Don't really like that. I know there's more. I'll be right back with another one. Okay, so that's my helmet picture there. I'm still not too big of a fan on that, and that's going to set our helmet tab to true. Alright. By default, I'm going to have that turned off and our weapon tab turned on. And I'm also going to add the instruction in our button. So for our weapon button, when it turns on the weapon tab, we are going to set the helmet tab to false. And same with the helmet button. We're going to set the weapon tab to false. Alright, now let's go ahead and give that a quick preview. So there's nothing in the tab to really showcase it, but you can keep an eye over here between the tabs. So helmet tab, weapon tab, so on and so forth. And yeah, if you wanted to get crazy, add different camera angles around the character, so when you click on the helmet tab, it would zoom in on the head, or on the weapons by the hands. But yeah, so that's how that's going to work, and I'm going to go ahead and do that for all the tabs that I need. You guys might have something different, especially if you don't use the modular characters pack. You might not even have the option to switch between legs and torsos. It might be all in one for you, so you go ahead and make as many buttons and tabs as you need. I'm going to do the same thing, and we will meet back up in a second. Okay, so I have made the tabs that I need. I've got my weapons, my helmets, my torso, my legs, my back, and my items. I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick test. So if you did have to make more tabs like I did, just make sure you set all your buttons to be able to deactivate the other tabs. Alright, you don't want tabs overlapping each other, so I'm going to keep my tabs open to make sure this works. So I'm going to go ahead and test that. And I like to test it in a way that I test every tab with each other. So I'm going to open my weapons to helmet, weapons to torso, weapons to pants, to back, and to items. And you can see that all works here. So that works. So I'm going to go from helmet to weapons, helmet to torso, helmet to pants, helmet to back, helmet to items, and so on and so forth. So it all seems to be working just the way I need it to be. There's no two tabs open at any given time. Alright, I've put faith in the system. I don't need to test it any past that. Alright, and I've seemed to run into a glitch here of closing my inventory with my main menu. It seems to have paused my game. I'm going to try and figure that out. So toggle pause menu. So when the pause menu opens, let's see. Maybe we will. I don't like how it pauses right away either, so why don't we wait, say, what's it take, half a second for that camera to go back? So we're going to wait half a second. on enable. Maybe that will fix things. Stops some bugs from happening. Okay. Resuming it didn't seem to unpause my game. So I just found a serious bug. One that I forgot I had in because this was going to be my cheat menu. So my button resume is still setting my buttons to false. I want to set my pause menu to false. That should work now, I hope. Good thing I caught that. There we go. Open my inventory. Why is my inventory not working? So my input controls are still... Alright, so I never put those back on when I close my menu. Good thing I'm catching all this now. So we're going to set our input controls back to true. There we go. And the rest should fall into place. Good thing I'm catching this stuff now before it screws with us later. This video is starting to get a little long, but I warned you guys this one would be a long one. Now my escape button doesn't want to seem to pause my game anymore. What is going on? Oh, I wasn't hitting escape, my bad. Huh. Okay, so that's a bit glitchy. I'm gonna have, when the inventory closes, I'm gonna have it instantly go back to the old camera. It's only when you open the inventory will it have that smooth transition. So change camera shot on disable to, I'm gonna go linear, and we're gonna go 0 seconds. Alright, that should look better now. So from inventory to pause menu. Inventory to pause menu. Pause menu, I don't like how it closes inventory after 0.5 seconds. I'm going to put that up there. And everything else, I'm going to put my input controls above that 5 seconds as well. What do I do? I'm just going to put everything after or before 5 seconds except for the timescale. And that should be a lot better looking now. Let's go ahead and try that one more time. There we go. Looks good. And I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to put my toggle pause menu outside of input controls, and let's see if I can still get my escape button to work when I want to close my menu. Okay, so that does seem to work now. I don't know why it wasn't before. Alright, so that is turning out a lot better, a lot more polished looking and feeling. Make sure I can't open my inventory in the pause menu. Nope, can't move. Life is good. Alright, that's a good place to leave that. Now, let's see, so we've set up our inventory. What else did I say I wanted to do in this? Oh yeah, the way menus interact with each other, so we were doing that. Okay, I haven't really strayed off too far from the video idea. And it's a decent time in. I think this is a good spot to call it for this one. Now that we have our inventory, multiple tabs within the inventory, and the way our inventory interacts with our main menu, or our main menu interacts with our inventory, etc. Maybe I'll add that real-time stat data here as well right now. So we're going to go to Game UI, Player HUD, Player Inventory. So as that gets turned on, we will add another. So create UI image, and we're going to call this stat data. And we are going to move that way over here. Something like that should be alright. I'm going to go ahead and find an image for myself there. No. Let's go with this one here. And the tiniest bit of transparency here. That's 225, so I'm going to go 225 with this one as well. Okay. Let's create, make that a little bigger. I'm going to create UI Text Mesh Pro. I'm going to center that out, put that right about here. Actually, no, I'm not going to center it. I'm going to move it to the side here. This is going to be our health. Let's make that bigger for me. Actually, yeah, I am just going to center that. I'm going to put that right about here. I'm going to rename this to our data health. Okay, I'm going to duplicate that, put it under itself. I'm going to name this one value. And I'm going to put, say, 3 capital X's. I'm going to lower that a bit. And that's going to go right beside our health. Alright, health is going to have an attribute UI for the player health, and the text mesh value, so go to value, text mesh pro, and drag the value into that. Alright, real fast, let's give that a test go. So my health should be at 100. There it is. Alright, looks good to me. And just going to adjust this a little bit. Something like that. Alright, make that a little smaller. Okay, I'm actually going to go 0, 0, 0 instead, because I did see those 3 X's pop up there for a second. So this is going to be data stamina, and we're going to type in stamina, make that a little smaller. And we're going to move it down to about here. We're going to change this attribute to stamina. And done. Copy paste that. Hunger. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I plan on putting a progression system in the game, level up system, where you can permanently upgrade your stats, or just it will automatically permanently upgrade as you level. I'm not too sure on that, because to go with attribute points, stuff like that, it's going to get way more in depth, and I don't know if I really want to hurt my head doing that, so I might just make it automatic per level. So I'm going to actually put these all to the right, just so they're in the same spot. Okay. And then maybe move them a little to the side here. There we go. So there's our 4 attributes. I might do a DPS one, and depending on what weapon you have equipped, we'll show you DPS. Alright, that looks good to me. I'm going to save that there. And we're going to shut that down for a second. Give that a quick test go again. Come on. Alright. So you can see our hunger and thirst going down at the same rate because it's all at the same. I'm going to go ahead and wait for this to hit below 30. I want to see if those icons pop up. I did add thirst by 20. I'm not sure why that didn't work. Oh, because I didn't change the attribute UI of the thirst. That is why. So, stat data. We're going to go to our thirst. That's still on hunger, right? Yeah, that's on hunger, so we're going to put that to thirst. So that works now. And that's a good spot to call this video. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Hopefully everything worked for you guys. If not, good luck. Rewatch it again, give me those views. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching.